the move from primary school to secondary school. It's a big transition stage, and research shows us that it is a time when students are at risk.
Many of the issues with young people arise when they don't finish school and they end up going and getting a job, don't build any real skills in the process, and then become unemployable later. And the consequences are attempted suicides and drug problems and all the things that we worry about so much.
If you look at television, listen to the radio, read the paper, you'll read more bad news than good news.
Body image and early sexualisation are real messages that are coming through in the media to the students. So through the peer support, you would hope that with the work that it does in the area of mental health and in building resilience, that it would give students the skills and the confidence to be able to express who they are.
Students who feel connected to school are happy, they are positively, they think positively, and they also, increasingly, we are getting research that shows that these are the young people whose learning outcomes are enhanced because of that relationship that they have with their school.
The peer support programme started in 1973 when a young boy in a Sydney high school died as the result of a drug overdose. The principal, who was very concerned about the effect of the death on the other children in the school, contacted the health department, and they sent in the health educator for the area, who was a trained counsellor and who worked with the kids to discuss the death and the drug-related issues. When she talked with those children, she was surprised to find that they knew more about what was going on in that boy's life than any adult in his life did.
The program works because it involves young people talking to each other. There have been many attempts in the past to communicate these same skills and knowledge to young people using a conventional classroom setting. It doesn't work.
The peer support program is evidence-based. It's based on research nationally and internationally on effective ways in which students learn. So as teachers call it pedagogy. All of us who work with module development and the training development for the peer leaders have a teaching background. We have skills and experience in education.
Now, over the years, the peer support programme has evolved. It hasn't stayed the same. There are not many programmes around that have lasted in schools for almost 40 years now. And that says something about the strength of the programme. It stands testament to the quality of the programme.
With a staff of 6, we have what we call a highly leveraged model. 3 of us have a direct training and development role. Those are the consultants that directly deliver the training and the workshops and professional development to teachers. At our training workshops, we might have 16 teachers from a range of different schools in attendance. From that point, those teachers go back to their individual school communities and work with at least 12 other teachers from their own schools. Those 12 teachers then work with peer leaders, who then work with the whole school in primary or the bulk of a year group in secondary. We conservatively estimate we impact upon 200,000 students a year.
It fits so easily into a school when you get the routines and the structures in place, so that it's not a burden, it's not something else that has to happen. It just naturally flows within a school's environment.
The principles of learning that underpin the peer support program have its basis in constructivism, and that's the experiential nature of the peer support program. Students learn by doing.
One of the things that we did to look at the efficacy of the program was to survey 300 primary schools. And we asked the teachers who run the programs what they noticed, what effects they saw. Now, some of the key things we found were that they thought that the program had a major impact on student networks and the quality of the student friendship networks. And another thing that we found was the strengthening of the vertical connections within the school. So the connections between Year 1 students, Year 2 students, Year 3 students and so on, up and down the school. Peer support coordinators noticed was the opportunities for leadership skills development for the leaders that are running the program. Another impact is on the whole of the school culture. So it's not just about outcomes for individual students, but it's a whole of school effect.
I think it's important to be a peer support leader because it teaches you that there are everyone out there that you can become friends with. Makes it easy to go to school, makes it more worthwhile to go to school. and it's a great way to meet people and become friends with a lot more people.
I think that if you've got young people who are happy at school, they're connected to their school, it involves parents and the broader community, then you're going to have young people who basically are more socially responsible and better behaved outside of the school.
Well, the Purvis Foundation, of which I'm the Secretary and Administrator, has been supporting peer support since 1986. The thing that first appealed to us about them was the fact that they are teaching life skills to young people at a very vulnerable age.
The support that the Teen Spirit Foundation provides really is in two dimensions. One is money, and primarily that's gone into expanding the program because it costs money to expand the program to new schools, it costs money to continually refresh and update the training, and we contribute to that. And we have over a period of years, and no doubt will continue to. The other type of assistance we provided is that the Teen Spirit itself has an advisory board of experienced people with a lot of business and other experience, and we have worked with the peer support organisation to help them in planning and growing.
People will choose to sponsor it if they believe in the welfare of young people in today's society, and they believe that young people who are positive thinkers and who are connected to school are worthwhile investing in. Personally, I think our young people are worth every dollar.